Yes, we are live. It is another day, and there's more stories coming. This time it's William Saliba. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, you may have seen already, that Arsenal do want to offer him a contract. He is part of the plans. We're going to go into more detail after this intro with a special guest of mine. So stay tuned. Yes, here we are with some more transfer talk. Well, is it really transfer talk? If he's already our player, we would have signed him, get him to sign a new contract. I don't know. But as you can see, joining me this afternoon is none other than the Niger Englishman. How are you, sir?
Oh yeah, now my people, it's the dark-skinned Dan from the motherland. If you don't understand, I'm gonna make you understand. Here we go. Transfer saga, links, news, all sorts of madness. What do you call it before the show? Crazy season or whatever season.
Silly season.
Silly season. Yeah, that's exactly what this is gonna be. So everybody like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check out the video whether you're watching it now or whether you're watching it later. Big up my Armory Familia. Let's freaking go. I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's get into it. So, what we know, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted earlier this morning saying Arsenal plan for William Saliba has not changed. He's considered an important player for the present and future. Both Arteta and Edu want him as part of the team for next season. There will be conversation on potential new contracts soon, up to Saliba as well. So, how do we react to that kind of news, Mr. Niger Englishman?
To be honest, I'm happy to hear anything involving Saliba because look, it was clear to see the mindset by Arteta for sending him on loan. For me personally, I don't know if everyone else saw it, but for me, this is how I broke it down. I think he'd just been in a situation where he lost a family member,
lost his mother, I think it was,
yeah, something like that. And let's be honest, Arsenal was a freaking mess. We were a mess. So a new player, new environment, dealing with a lost parent, probably not going to play that many minutes because of the more experienced signings we had at the time. So it kind of made sense. He sent him out while we clean up shop, get rid of the leaks, get rid of the old influences and the clicks while he's still in his environment, building confidence and getting minutes. And I don't know why the first thing everyone isn't saying is, what a masterstroke by Mikel Arteta, because he's just got called up to the France national team, young player of the year, like he's doing bits. So anyone that thinks it's madness what he did is mad to me because it's the perfect 2-year loan for me. He's come back ready to go with minutes and he's hungry. And I believe in training now, he's going to come with a different aura where he would a little bit shy and, oh, can I get a game? They'd be like, look, I just done 2 years in France, got my team into the Champions League. I'm a French international. Like Ben, Gabriel, I dare you to mess up because I'm coming for your Clark. Just like that same Ramsdale energy that I'm coming for Leno's shirt. Same energy, bro. Same energy, man. That's what I say. I'm happy about the news that we have to sign this guy
out. I definitely hear that. And look, listen, you've seen me in conversations before where I may have been a bit harsh on him at times, but it's only because I didn't want to jump on the whole bandwagon thing where everyone was pinning their hopes on him and he wasn't even proving it. And you're right, Arteta really needed to do this. He needed to send him out back to France, get him comfortable again. He had an all right season at Nice. Then he went on to Marseille and just like you said, he tore it up. You know, his head's in the game now. And I think, like you said, he's going to have that attitude now. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He comes into that dressing room and goes, look, I'm here to play. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. And so does G Talks with this comment. He says, 100%, Nigel, I don't understand how people can't see this. Exactly that. And he goes on to say, that is what the loan system is for. It is what a successful loan could not have gone better for all the reasons Nigel just said. 100%. And I think some people are starting to see that now. Because there was a lot. I mean, I remember when he first went on loan to Nice, and there was a huge uproar. I think we had a game against MK Dons, and he only played 45 minutes, and everyone just lost their heads. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. He's done what he's done.
Exactly.
And I'm ready for him to come in. I wanted him to prove me wrong, and he's done that. And I'm like, come on, Wheelo. Do you know what I mean?
And I'm glad you brought that up, Tony, because I wanted to ask you, because you were like kind of, I wouldn't say negative, but calling him out a bit on some stats and getting misinterpreted some things that we were getting a bit too excited. You were saying, but how have you come the full circle where you're like, maybe there is something about this guy? What is it that's changed over the last 6 months?
But look, I as much as I want to look at the positives of the player, I want to watch the negatives. When they're unknown, I do pick and I say, right, he needs to work on that. So I tried to make people see what I saw. See, then obviously at Nice, he was full of errors. He really, really was. Then he changed his ways. He went to Marseille. He played in a much stronger team as well. And he's done everything right. He's proved me wrong. And as a fan, you want to be proved wrong.
Exactly what you want, yeah.
So that's... I'm critical within reason. Sometimes I'm a little bit too hard, I admit. Yeah. And people will probably say it's a whole agenda with the whole Rob Holding thing. But you know better than anyone else, my main interest at heart is Arsenal Football Club, no matter who's playing for us. So if he was to come into the Arsenal side and do what he did against Marseille, I am all for it, mate.
Real talk. I mean, you don't start for France for no reason, innit? We've seen what the quality. I wouldn't let's not say they've got the most incredible centre backs, but in terms of experience, no one would have been saying he would be picked over like starting in games where they've got the likes of Kimpembe and a few other guys as well. So
Titi, Varane, the list can go on. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, and I don't think any Man U fan can say with their chest that Varane's better than Saliba right now. But we'll leave that to them. Maybe them big Barbados MUFC might pop up in the comments and say something.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to invite him on in the future. Maybe before the start of the season, and we can talk about Saliba and Varane if you like. But yeah, I'm overall I'm happy if this happens. I know Marseille are really, really interested in getting him back. Is there a worry that he could be tempted? I don't know if Marseille would have the money. I think we would ask for quite a larger sum of money because we paid about 30 million for the player. So I don't know. I know he's got a contract. Was it an hour left in his a year left in his contract? So I don't know. We have got another guest in. Let's bring him in whilst we are still on the subject of Saliba. GunnerKing, it's been a minute, sir. How the devil are you?
It's been a minute, man. Yeah, just been really busy with work. So apologies, people.
No.
Yeah, not the end of the season that we were hoping for, but still some promise there.
Yeah,
and I think Saliba's a big part of that, man. I think like the media are going to spin a lot of things. They're going to be doing a lot of talking. You know, Arsenal are that club. You know, like their fan base is the clickbait or the dream of every journalist out there. You know, so look, I'm not surprised he wants to stay at Marseille because he did well with them, got into the Champions League, got into the French squad. It's in his native French country, given the start he's had with Arsenal. However, you know, he moved to us for a reason. He definitely saw something that he liked about being here. And I just want to take everyone's mind back to Martinelli last season, when everyone was saying to me, Arteta doesn't like him, he doesn't fancy him. You know, like that there's an agenda that Arteta has against Martinelli. I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't saying the same things now. You know, he's been an integral part of our season. I think Arteta is very big on people being ready. Yeah. You know, like as soon as players like Sambi Lokonga show signs that they're not ready, or Tavares, he's withdrawn them. So there's consistency there in what he's doing. And I think, look, everything, I don't need to go through the backstory. We all know what happened with Saliba in the run-up prior to him being loaned out. He could have been loaned out earlier in the summer window. We didn't handle that well. Other than that, you know, the loan served a purpose. It was part of his development. He comes back to the team now, much stronger, ready capable to push Gabriel and White for a place, I would say. Gives us the option of going to a free as well. Obviously with wing backs like Tavares that aren't as strong defensively, that's something that could benefit him as well. So it gives us that tactical fluidity. And now that we got Europe back, we definitely need another centre back. Pablo Mari's going to leave as well. Mavropanos is going to make his deal at Stuttgart permanent. So, you've got 4 players there, 5 if you count Tommy Yasu, who can play as a centre back, which is what you need for a squad.
Yeah, because we still don't have trust back yet. So
yeah, competing on 4 different fronts. So yeah, I mean,
and that's exactly it. And I pointed out yesterday on the stream that the start of the season is going to be the fixture pile up is going to be crazy because obviously in the Europa League there's usually 12 weeks played through the group stages, but it's going to be 8 weeks, and obviously you've got to throw the Carabao Cup games in there as well. So the games are coming thick and fast, and these players will get chances to play, especially in the early half of the season. And you don't even know how some of the players are going to come back from the World Cup because it starts straight back after.
Yeah, that's going to be so weird, man. That's going to be nuts. That period.
It is.
I'd fully expect Arteta to be playing him in pre-season as well, giving him as many minutes during the pre-season period as possible. I think he'll want to do that straight away to show him, in no uncertain terms, I'm taking a look at you. I'm seeing what you can do. I'm seeing who you partner well with. I think him and Gabriel would be a great partnership. I think there's potential there to be a good partnership.
Do you think?
I think Ben White, whoever it is, or both of them in a free.
Go on, Kinley.
So I was just going to ask Gunner, do you think that this season, more than ever, even though I think it's important regardless, but more than ever, it's so important we get our business done early because of the World Cup, and having players gel in the team as early as possible because of that situation. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, this is the thing. I mean, you're going to have to anyway by design of the transfer window closing sooner, the season starting sooner. So yeah, by design, you're already seeing us that we've done work in the background. There have been talks with Jesus's people. There's been talks with Man City. Marquinhos, there's been talks with his club and his representatives. Players that we're trying to go for. Tielemans, again, there's been talks with Leicester and his people. So I'm seeing us lining up our targets. There's 9 players I've heard that we want to get rid of, and we're targeting around 60 million for them. Hopefully, those players are Leno, Mari, Mavropanos. Mavropanos has got a deal agreed. Mari's got a deal agreed. Maitland-Niles will be coming back.
Torreira, by the way.
Torreira, basically, he had a deal agreed with Fiorentina, but because he played a certain amount of games, they tried to reduce the fee. So we said no.
I don't mind keeping him,
I don't either, but he doesn't want to stay in England, and I'd expect a club in Italy to go in for him anyway. Yeah, it was nothing to do with Arsenal. He just doesn't like life in England, so he prefers life in Italy. So I'd expect definitely. AC Milan would do well to go in for him to replace Kessie.
Yeah, they would for real.
That's not a bad shout.
I think that's a shout because obviously they're losing Kessie to Barcelona, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think I think definitely a team in Italy will look because he had a good season with Fiorentina.
Yeah,
he had a good season with him. Yeah. So
we could have done with him. Let's be honest, man. I'm still kind of a little bit annoyed.
Listen, I've always rated him. If he turned around tomorrow and said he wanted to stay and fight for his place, I'd be happy. I would be.
But guys,
it's that bulldog mentality he has. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's a fucking
mate. When we lost the Europa League final and he got subbed off and he was crying, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, the people don't remember that, do they? They don't remember that, man.
No,
and he didn't. He's also one of them. Obviously, well. I think. Just thinking who else we were trying to sell. I think we might try and sell Pepe as well.
And Nelson.
We're definitely selling him. And
Nelson, I've heard we might keep.
After last night, I hope not. Not saying he's bad, but I mean, I'd rather us invest.
Smalling stopped everything last night. Smalling was on point.
And, yeah, he was. Like he was playing like freaking Smaldini, as they call him, nickname over there. But he was doing bits.
Yeah, it was a Mourinho masterclass, man.
100%. And I don't know why, but I'm happy for Jose. I actually don't know why. Like, I'm actually really happy for him that he got that. But
you know what it is? It's because he hit 1-0 with Spurs. That's what it was.
Exactly. And we can still say every club he's won something, but Spurs are the anomaly as usual. But I'm going to say something that might rile up some fans either in the comment section or watching at home.
Do it.
But honestly, if Saliba doesn't come back to the club and we end up selling him this summer, as much as I'm Arteta I'm blaming him, bro. I'm blaming it on Arteta because there should be no reason if he's really maintained a relationship with the guy over the last 2 years, and there was a clear plan, go and get some minutes and then come back. Even though he's tasted a little bit of success now, I still think if the relationship's right, Arsenal are a bigger club than Marseille. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Marseille aren't a small club, man.
I know. They definitely have history for sure. They're not a Tottenham with no history. They have history for sure. But in terms of prestige,
won the Champions League, man.
They won the Champions League, right? With
they're serial winners. Like before PSG's reign, they won a lot of league titles, bro.
For sure,
they're bigger than PSG, bro. Like in terms of like their success, in it, like
100%. But are they
big club, man? I don't know about that, but obviously, you know, they are
as a global brand. They're massive. I remember the days. I remember the Chris Waddle days. One of the best Ghanaian player of all time, Abedi Pele, won a Champions League there. So I definitely got a lot of love for Marseille.
He should have won a Ballon d'Or as well, I reckon.
Big facts. But that's for a whole nother stream about the lack of Africans winning.
But I think it's Nigel. I can't see it happening. I think you're going to hear a lot of talk about Marseille want to go back for him because obviously he had a successful loan spell there. I think the plan's clear. I think Saliba, as he's getting older, he's realised what the plan was, and I think he's ready. I think he will stay.
I think if we sit down and talk to him as well, again, look, you can see young players that have flourished under him, particularly two defenders in Ben White and Gabriel. You know, and I think if he sees that, and you say to him, "Look, mate, this is a young squad in the making, and you're a big part of it." Like, because he is, like, you can see he's going to be, if he stays, obviously, and I definitely think we need the ability to go to 3 at the back, because sometimes we've done it to shut out games when we've brought Holding on, and at the moment he's looking like an upgrade in that area. I know Tony's not going to want to hear that, but I'm sorry, bro. This season, if we're judging the two. Saliba's had a top season, man, in France. So
no, he has. And listen, King, Nigel brought up earlier, you know, how I was critical of him at his time at Nice, and where I've changed my opinion on him, saying that as much as people were picking out the positive, I was picking out the negatives, and I've compared them to this season, and he's worked them and he's improved on them, and he's a lot better. And I said, as a fan, that's what I wanted to see. That was my objective when it came to watching him. So like I said, I'm all for him to stay and sign. I'm going to go through some of the comments, and then we are going to wrap up shortly because we don't want to be going on for too long. And I think Nigel's hungry, so it is lunchtime. James, how are you, sir? Good to see you jumping on. He says Saliba has 2 years left, by the way.
He's got 2 years left on his contract. Yeah.
King's been spending too much time on his Facebook app. King's working hard, man. Leave him alone. Thanks for tuning in to Football Capital. Make sure you check them guys out over there. Saliba is the best under 21 centre back on the planet. Can't really argue with that at the moment, to be honest, after what I've seen, and he's one of ours, so I'm going to agree with it. DWTT Gary, how are you? Good morning to you. Jason, Saliba being offered a new contract is in line with the new club strategy with regards to player contracts. They are signing them up so they don't run their contracts down anymore. Yeah, 100%. And I think it's the same with keeping it Eddie.
It's also going to be rewarding the good form that he's had this season. To be now we see like
we're gonna
a
reward you
player
for that,
that has
exactly that.
the ability to be more impactful. So
Yeah.
your contract's no longer in line with your standard. So, you know, we're bringing that up, like, and that's what the young players need to see as well, that they will be rewarded for hard work. You know, like I think that's important.
100%. I think Jason's hit the nail on the head right there. Stephen Best from Cannon Chatter, he's trying to trigger me. He does that. He does that.
Listen,
but
if they offered that, would you want us to take it, Tony? Quick question.
I would take it. I would take it because look, as much as I would keep holding again for the same reason we had him last season, that's still important to me. But because he's got that contract, he's got 2 years left now. How much was he extended by last year? About a year, 2 years? I can't remember.
So.
But
he's got 2 years
it's all
left.
about getting the value in, and I understand that. Like I said, my main interest is Arsenal, as much as I am a Rob Holding fan, and you know there is levels. To be fair, James Goodson says Arsenal is the biggest French club. We all know why he's saying that. Football Capital, Arsenal's going for you. Tielemans, 35 million. I'll swap or use Pepe for that deal. Do you know, I'd be scared he goes to Leicester and he just bangs.
and bads it up, right?
Listen, I wouldn't really care. Like, as long as Tielemans does well for us, I'll just be like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, Tielemans is that kind of profile player that would definitely suit our system for sure. James is busy in the comments today. Saliba quotes Ian Wright when he signed.
Wait, he's actually signed it. Has he signed the new deal?
No. He has nothing's been confirmed
initially.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 20 million for Rob Holding, laughing straight to the bank. Hey, listen, you're not going to trigger me. It's all about Arsenal for me. I love the guy. Yeah, go on, clip it, Stephen. Clip it, bro. But listen, we could go on and talk about more transfers, but we've done all that yesterday. Don't want to be repetitive. But listen, I think we're all happy that there's a plan for Saliba, and I think it's going to go ahead. Do you think it's going to go ahead? Yeah,
I think so. But I think it should. And in the comment section, let us know what you think. If you like it, if you don't like it, and if it doesn't happen, who you guys are going to blame? Let us know, please.
Yeah, man. Leave the comments. We'll get back to them after we've finished wrapping up.
100%.
100%. And like I said yesterday, we're going to be doing these sort of streams if and when the news comes in, if and when we can. So make sure you hit that bell button to get notified when we do go live and catch our reactions to some of the news that, you know, this is Arsenal. There's all sorts every day. So just don't miss out. Listen, Niger, GunnerKing, All-Star cast I've had today. Thanks for joining me. And it's going to be a very interesting summer. But listen, like I said yesterday, as long as we get the deals done early, I'm going to be chill. I'm going to trust the signings. Because look at last season. So, yeah. I'm going to be chill. And, do you know, amateur hour here. I'm trying to find the outro. That's why I'm trying to stall.
Anyway, stalled it for so long. I knew something was up. Bless, guys.
Anyway,
have a good one, man.
Peace out. Catch us soon. Cheers, guys. Everyone.
Take it easy.